And the mission of that office is to provide a supportive and affirming space on campus for all gender and sexual identities. We have resources to support students with transitioning, academic assignments, and leisure. Out of this office, we also facilitate our Campus Allies training, which is a 2-hour LGBTQIA plus sensitivity training. And during this training, we provide faculty, staff, and students with foundational knowledge on how to be an ally to members of the community. The Kennard Scholars Program. This scholarship program was created by past Dean of Students, Dr. Eddie A. Holloway, and it is named in honor of Mr. Clyde Kennard, who is the first African American to attempt enrollment into the university. Preference for this scholarship is given to minority, first-generation college students. And during this program, students are equipped with knowledge and skills to help them throughout college and in life. We also offer a variety of programs that are diversity, equity, and inclusion focused. These programs promote cross-cultural engagement. We coordinate the university's celebration of Black History Month. We facilitate and coordinate diversity, equity, and inclusion focused training. And some of those programs include SWAG 101, which will be held on September 1st at 5:30. We co-host International Diversity and Education Week with the Center for International Studies. We host the Kente graduation ceremony, which is held each semester, and we celebrate our African American graduates. We host Second Chance Prom with the Gender and Sexualities Alliance. Again, we facilitate the university's celebration of Black History Month. We also co-host the Men of Excellence Men's Summit and the celebration of Scholastic Excellence, which is another award ceremony where we highlight our student leaders, and we do rainbow graduation. I ask that you follow us. We're social. You can find us on Instagram at usm.MPS and at the Southern Miss Prism, as well as on Facebook at USM Office of Multicultural Programs and Services and Southern Miss Prism LGBTQ+ offices. That concludes our presentation. Do you all have any questions? Feel free to use the chat box.
Well, good afternoon. Thank y'all for joining us today to talk about the multicultural programs and services. My name is Caleb Mack, and I am the host for today. I'm a senior public health education major from Ridgeland, Mississippi, and I have the awesome pleasure of serving on GEWW Exec this year. Let me tell you, I am so excited that you joined us, and I want you to keep joining us and stay engaged with our program over the next couple of days. This is one of the many topics that our webinar will be covering today. And we're so excited that you have experienced panelists with us. Excuse me. This interactive presentation did highlight the minority student leaders in this office, and they share with you the importance of diversity, equity, and inclusion, as well as ways to create inclusive environments across campus. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the Q&A section. I'm going to start out with some questions for the panelists. Excuse me. So how can a new student get involved in your office?
One major way to get involved is through the student organizations that we named. And we actually have two of our student leaders on the call today, Ms. Angelica Richardson and Ms. Toni Chrysler, who both serve on the executive office for the Afro-American Student Organization. So I'll let them speak from a student perspective on ways to get involved.
Hi everyone, as Ms. V stated, I am Tony Chrysler and I am the president of the Afro-American Student Organization. There are many ways to get involved on campus. There are over 200 organizations on campus, and one thing I will say about getting involved is don't overload yourself. Make sure you find about 3 or 4 organizations that you think you'll be interested in, or things that catch your attention, and make sure you stick with those 3 or 4. But don't overload yourself because you also have schoolwork to do at the end of the day. So um, find things that you might be interested in, fill them out and see if you enjoy them. If not, you got 200 more to look through and to find what you like. So.
And my name is Angelica Richardson, and I serve as the student advisor for the Afro-American Student Organization. Just to kind of piggyback off what she said, kind of fill each organization out. I would suggest going on their social media pages. I believe that there's a link for all the like how many organizations we have at the University of Southern Mississippi. So you can just go from there, see which one you feel like, would fit you most, and then go on your research from there. I believe that one of the decisions, or one of the things that made me pick, for example, the Afro-American Student Organization, was they had a gospel choir. And that was something that I really wanted to be a part of. And in finding out that they had a gospel choir, it was attached to this organization, I fell in love with both the choir and now the organization. So kind of see what your interest is and then go from there.
I'll just add, it's been a long time since I've been an undergraduate student, but I will stress to y'all like just how important being involved was for me as an undergraduate. AASO was the first organization that I joined when I came to USM. So AASO has been along for a while now. And I joined probably about 2 other organizations outside of AASO. So it's not about, being involved in 10 to 12 organizations. It's about finding that select few that really cater to your desires, your values, your needs as a student here. And, being involved literally shaped my life. Like I literally bloomed where I was planted. I joined my sorority. I began working on campus in the office of, it was Greek life then, now fraternity, sorority life. And that just opened many doors for me after graduation. I ended up getting my master's degree in higher education. Never had any intention of working in a higher ed or college community. But again, my experiences as an involved undergraduate student really helped to shape that for me. So I always encourage students to never underestimate your involvement in student organizations, because you never know where they can take you in life. Like I never in a million years imagined that I would have advised every organization that I was a member of as an undergraduate student. And be working on campus. It never crossed my mind, but it all stemmed from my involvement as an undergraduate student.
Thank you so much for that, you all. So another question I have is, what does diversity mean to you?
I'll answer that. To me, diversity is, it represents the different pieces. We did a presentation once and we talked about how diversity was the ingredients. And then, I won't go on the next part, I'm sorry. But diversity is the different pieces, the representation across the board.
I'll kind of just piggyback off what she said. Same thing, but I also feel like diversity is just a uniqueness that you possess, and that it's just kind of like a melting pot. Like you just come together and you bring your uniqueness with somebody else's uniqueness, and y'all get to compare your uniquenesses.
Thank you for that. So what does inclusion mean to you since you talked about diversity? Can you tell us what inclusion means to you all?
I would say inclusion is um inclusion should be everyone's goal. Like I feel like a lot of people, companies, organizations try to make diversity the goal when inclusion should be, and as a result, you will gain diversity. So I feel like inclusion should be everyone's main focal point when it comes to organizations, companies, businesses, whatever you have, and as a result, you will eventually gain diversity. So yeah.
Inclusion for me is the mixing of diversity. Like Mrs. TG said, diversity is the many different ingredients. The inclusion happens when you take the spoon and you mix them all together, and they work collectively to form or to establish whatever your end goal or your end project is. So inclusion is working with people who are different from you actively together intentionally.
Okay, thank y'all. So how do you value all forms of diversity and inclusion while maintaining personal values and beliefs?
Um, I will say it's all about a respect kind of thing, like agree to disagree kind of thing. Even though you know that all these people are coming from different backgrounds and they have different perspective on life and concepts, that it's all a matter of I respect your decision, or we can come to some kind of agreement and we can move forward in the fact that you may believe that the sky is blue, I believe that it's red, but our values are our opinions and our mindsets are the same, but we're still here for a common goal. We're still here to, as far as college goes, get our degree and move forward in life, or become better people and move forward in life, even if we don't think the same or come from the same place.
I would say it's a hard lesson to learn to like respect others' opinions no matter what they may be, even if their opinions aren't so respectful. Um, I would say like growing up in a predominantly Black high school, like I was surrounded by people who thought a lot like me. And I got to college and I met a lot of people who didn't. Like I'm an elementary education major, so I am in a field that's predominantly white. So I had to learn to respect others' opinions, even though those opinions might not exactly, you know, aren't as like our opinions aren't as cohesive or as like what's the word I'm looking for? They, we just had to learn to agree to disagree. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And like Angelica said.
Okay, thank you, Tony and Angelica. Um, so how do you contribute to diverse, inclusive climate at Southern Miss?
As a professional staff, our office hosts training for faculty, staff, and students, whether it's implicit bias, cultural competence, the LGBTQIA plus allies training. Um, for me, that's how I contribute.
I can kind of say from a student standpoint, I try not to stay so, I guess like in a box. Like I try to expand my viewpoints and my body as far as like going to different organizations and different events that everybody's having. Whether it's I think I don't want to the international building, they do kind of like they used to do, like where they would have food outside of their building. Like just trying to get myself included in these not per se the organizations, but just included around the people. That way, you know, I can get to know them from their standpoint and I can support them. And then eventually, hopefully they'll come support, you know, the organizations that I'm a part of.
Our office also hosts programming in collaboration with different departments on campus. And through that, we try to, even through student organizations, get our organizations to partner with organizations that are different from them to kind of intentionally create that environment for inclusion. I personally don't think that for the most part, I don't think that we are intentionally not inclusive. We just do what's comfortable for us. So for us, it's a matter of creating those environments that encourage inclusivity amongst the students that we support.
Okay, and last question for you. I'm sorry. Tony, you had something to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, personally, like, I know last year with ASO, like, we had the idea to partner with GSA, with their second chance prom, right? And I feel like that would have, of course, Corona messed it up, but I feel like that would have been a time for two organizations who are completely different to finally like join together and, you know, show solidarity and unity within those two different communities. And we see that like these communities, we're not that different. You know, I feel like partnering with organizations that aren't like us helps us to see our similarities as well as appreciating our differences.
The last question before I move on to the audience to ask them questions. So what is your favorite part about working with your office?
For me, it's student interaction. I love and value having relationships with students. I also think that it's important to know what students' needs are. Because, I mean, without students, we work in the Division of Student Affairs. So without student input, we would really just be walking around aimlessly doing what we think is necessary. So I truly, truly value the student interaction portion of my job.
I agree with Miss V, TTV, as she's known by the students. I do like that student interaction, and for me, I've been here about 4 years as a graduate assistant and now full-time staff. It has been a pleasure to see students come in as freshmen and then they graduate and it's like, oh, Miss Teacher, thank you so much for helping me do this, or thank you, without you, you know. And it's very rewarding because you see them struggle, but you see them at their highs and you see them at their lows, and to finally get them across the stage is very rewarding.
And even after graduation, when you get those phone calls that are like, you know, you really made me mad that day in your office, but now I see what you were talking about, you know, all of that is just so rewarding and makes coming to work every day worth it.
For me, it would be the family. Like, it's just the family environment. Like Mrs. TG and Miss V, they're like our mamas. So it's just like they don't know when you they gonna know when you didn't do something right, and they're going to get on you. But it's just the fact that it's just like it's so family oriented that you feel the love and you just know that it's not coming from a hard place. And then also from other students, it's just like you see them walk in. Well, I don't know how Corona gonna be because she done messed everything up, but you would be walking down, you know, around campus, and you'd be like, you know, that's my brother, that's my sister, because we all found a bond in the MPS.
Mine's basically a mixture of everything y'all said. Like I just like the family aspect of it. I like especially meeting new people. Like I'm a kind of shy person, but I still like meeting new people and learning, you know, different perspectives on things. Like I just enjoy the family aspect of it.
Okay, now we're gonna go to the audience and ask you all some questions. So if you would like to put your responses in the chat box, that is great. Anyone from the audience, what does diversity mean to you all? Forgive me if I mispronounce your name, but Samira said all cultures coming together. Okay. Mr. Jonathan Buckley said, I think it means representation from all different types of people that reflect the makeup of the environment. Okay. We got one more. Okay, Taylor says, to me, it means understanding that every individual is unique and we should recognize and respect each other's differences. Okay, thank y'all. So also again to the audience, what does inclusion mean to you all? Let's see. Taylor says we all have that God-given right to be respected and valued. Jacob says my understanding of inclusion is seeking out people with different backgrounds and viewpoints from your own in order to have a more comprehensive understanding of any given thing. Okay. What would you all like for this office? What would y'all like to see from this office this school year? A diverse panel, okay. And their experience in the United States of America, okay. Culture shock. Okay, that's understandable.
Okay.
Taylor said more sensitivity training, especially for our current political climate. Okay. We've had a few questions about the Kennard Scholars Program. So could someone from the panel elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yes, I can. The Kennard Scholars Program, again, as mentioned earlier, was started by our Dean of Student Emeritus, Dr. Eddie Holloway. The program participants have to go through a application process, which is done in the spring semester. So we will advertise for that early spring, and we usually have our recipients chosen by April. And through that, you will attend different workshops and also be awarded a scholarship from attending those workshops. So if you follow us on social media, we will post when those applications are live, and you can apply through that process.
Hey, thank you so much, Ms. I think I heard somebody else say something. No. Okay. Do y'all have any other information that could help the audience members get to know you all a little bit more, or does the audience have any further questions for the panelists?
Yes, I will answer. We just had a question about COVID and how our programs will be. This semester programs will be done via Zoom.
And we do plan on moving forward this year with most of our regularly scheduled programs. They will just be virtual, and that's through our student organizations and the office as well until further notice. We don't like it, but that's just times that we're living in.
I would also like to share that Ms. Valencia and I have an open door policy with mask. We ask that you send an email before you come in or call our office, which we included. I will go back to the first slide. If you have any questions, you need help adjusting or anything, if you would like any additional resources, maybe we can point you in the right direction for that. Please give us a call. We'd be more than welcome to help you.
I just got a question asking if ASO has any social media, and we do. Sorry, Miss TG, I didn't mean to cut you out. But it's AASO_USN, and I'll show you what it looks like. So whenever you go there, you won't be confused. It looks like this with this logo.
Yeah, I was just about to shout out ASO. So if you're interested in joining, like I said, I'm the president, so you can email me. I'll drop my email in the chat, or you can email our director of membership. I would also have her email. And we also have a gospel choir if you're interested in joining. So I will link the Instagram to the gospel choir as well.
I'm actually going to put the social media handles for all of our student orgs in the chat box so that y'all can follow them.
Okay, are there any other questions from the panel or from the audience? So the panelists have put their social media and their email address in the chat box for panelists, not from the panelists, for the attendees. So if you would like to take a screenshot or jot that down, it's right there for you.
I also want to plug on September 1st. I think TJ mentioned it earlier, but our Swag 101 event will be happening virtually. And through that program, we give you tips. We help you connect with individuals on campus who can help you navigate through your first year, especially those that you may not have encountered throughout GEWW or during your orientation experience. We try to make it fun and interactive as well. With fashion shows and different things incorporated in that program. So we encourage you all to be on the lookout for our flyer with our information on it, but just mark your calendars for September 1st for Swag 101.
Okay, well, if nobody else has any further questions or concerns, this is going to conclude the Diversity, Inclusion, and Youth panel for today. And I want to thank you for coming out to attend. Thank you so much, panelists, for being here. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
I can't. Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Because I can't see y'all.
Yes, we can.
Okay, I think it says no attendees. Oh, there it is. So, okay. I guess y'all are good. I'm sorry, my computer is so frozen that I can't. Oh, great.
Do we just leave?
Yeah, I think y'all are good. I'm sorry. This is it's all stuck for me.
Okay, then. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all so much. I'm sorry. Internet is overwhelmed today, I think.
Yes. All right.
Thank y'all so much.
Bye.
I'll see y'all soon.
Okay.